What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, or welcome to the channel. I'm just gonna hop straight into it. I'm very late on reacting to this because you gotta give things like this some thought, or do you? Because apparently to Jon Jones fans or Gane fans, you don't have to give them thought at all, and you just have to yap and yap and yap. Guys, as you may know, Tom Aspinall versus Gane happened. It was a very competitive, close fight, and I'm going to talk about that later. Gane gets warned about poking Tom Aspinall in the eye, proceeds to double eye poke Tom Aspinall to the point where Tom Aspinall can barely see out of one eye and completely cannot see or even open his other eye. Absolutely disgusting move by Gane. I still like Gane. His style, kind of. I don't like him as a person. He's a weirdo, right? But the fight was very entertaining, and it was looking to be a very good fight. And it really does suck that this is the result. This happens to be the result that happened, because now we have all these Jon Jones fans who, by the way, Tom Aspinall lives in every Jon Jones fan's head rent-free, and Jon Jones's head rent-free. You know, this guy right here. I just had to bring up this image just to show you guys who you guys are all supporting, right? And saying who will somehow beat Tom Aspinall, right? It makes no sense, but it's really interesting. All of you Jon Jones fans, you guys all expected Tom Aspinall to knock out Gane or submit him in 2 minutes. I know you guys all did, and I know you guys were praying that didn't happen, and when it didn't happen, you guys all started celebrating. I think this just shows the expectation we put on a great fighter like Tom Aspinall. This showed that Tom Aspinall is expected to have a literal perfect performance every time, and since he didn't this time, somehow Gane was dominating him that whole first round, piecing him up. You gotta be stupid to think that. At the end of that round, or at the end of that 4 minutes of the fight, Gane was only ahead on about 3 significant strikes. It was a very close competitive fight. Gane, first, I'm going to give Gane his praise. He came in there with an amazing game plan, staying on the outside, moving side to side, and popping his jab out there, staying out of Tom Aspinall's center of line, you know. Very smart game plan, and it was working. It was a very clean game plan. Not clean, because we saw how unclean it was. Sorry if I sound like this. I'm kind of sick. But he went out there, he was popping his jab. I think he threw a couple leg kicks, and he was just moving, popping his jab, ducking, moving side to side, while Tom Aspinall was trying to track him down. And Tom Aspinall came out here, I gotta say, looking very, technically the best he's ever looked. I was very impressed with Tom Aspinall. You could tell that training with Rico Berhovian, just that Tom Aspinall looks like a pretty good kickboxer, man. He definitely has improved technically, and he looks to have the same amount of technique and skill as Gane, and that's very impressive. And I was very impressed with both of these fighters, especially Gane, you know, seeing what he was able to do. But also I was very surprised seeing the skill of Tom Aspinall, him chucking those leg kicks, throwing some spinning kicks. He did do this one spin. It was not a good look. But Tom Aspinall looked very good. He was chopping at Gane's leg. He wasn't chopping at it, but he did swing at it a few times. And there was a moment in the fight where he did kind of buckle Gane's leg. Now, I think next fight he should really look at that. Hey, attack his legs next fight. There was a moment Tom Aspinall went for it. It was kind of a shitty takedown attempt. Just, I think, to give Gane a look. I don't think he really tried his best to take him down. I think it was just to give him new looks, right? But Tom Aspinall, good performance by him. Actually, no, I'm not going to say good. Not the best performance by him, but you could definitely see the improvements with his last few fights, right? Technically. And Ciryl Gane, very good performance, like I already said, but I'm not going to glaze him for too long because he stuck his fingers out like this, man. Poked Tom Aspinall in the eyes. Both of the eyes went eyes deep. And now I see all these Ciryl Gane fans celebrating. Ciryl Gane has no fans, man. He's irrelevant. Even in France, they're just fans of him because he's French. No one actually messes with Ciryl Gane. Straight up, no one does. I don't think there's 10 people in the world besides maybe Ciryl Gane's mom and dad and like brother and like coach who even mess with him. No one likes Ciryl Gane. No one's a fan of him. Let's be honest. And now you have a bunch of these people in the comments saying that Tom Aspinall is a quitter. What are you talking about? Let me just make sure I'm recording, expose myself. What are you talking about? Did any of you watch the clip? Tom Aspinall gets knuckle deep in both eyes. Ciryl Gane didn't just poke him. He poked and kept moving his fingers in. You can see in the slow-mo, absolutely disgusting. Tom Aspinall's a smart fighter for not continuing because straight up, if you cannot see, he could barely see out of his left eye, and his right eye he completely can't even open or see. What is he supposed to do? Straight up, what is he supposed to do, right? So, I really don't understand that. Why people are calling him a quitter. They're saying, oh, he came across some, like a tough fight, and he found a way out. He did not find a way out. If you're watching that fight, Tom Aspinall seemed like he was loving the fight. He was smiling. He was jumpy. He seemed like he was having a lot of fun until that moment, right? I don't think he tried to find a way out. It looked like he was having fun, and it was a good competitive scrap. And at the end of there was about 45 seconds to a minute left of the round. If Tom Aspinall landed just a few more shots there, he could have won that round. I see all these people acting like, oh, Ciryl Gane was 10-8ing Tom Aspinall. He was piecing him up. He was piecing him up, but Tom Aspinall was doing the same to him. Not as much as Ciryl Gane. If I had to score that round, I would definitely score that to Ciryl Gane. I thought he just got the better shots in, right? But it was a very competitive round that if, each fighter, if Tom Aspinall just connected a couple more times, he could have won the round. That's how close the round was. So, yeah. And let's talk about it. I see people saying, oh, and people think Tom Aspinall would beat Jon Jones. This just showed me even more that Tom Aspinall would beat Jon Jones. Tom Aspinall is way more technical now. You want to know what would happen if Tom Aspinall and Jon Jones fought? Tom Aspinall would go in there. He would feint. Obviously, he would kick Jon Jones's legs. He would probably sweep Jon Jones off the ground with his leg kicks. He would kick Jon Jones's legs. He wouldn't be worried about anything coming back at him, except maybe a couple of Jon Jones's kicks. Jon Jones has really good fast kicks, right, for a heavyweight too. That's the only thing you have to worry about. We all know Jon Jones has no knockout power. He has no power in his hands. He is not a threat to the boxing. Tom Aspinall would knock out Jon Jones in under a minute, probably. Are we forgetting that the Stipe fight happened? Did we not see Stipe make Jon Jones literally turn around and run? Stipe a bunch of times cracked Jon Jones. He made Jon Jones turn around and run a bunch of times. Are you serious right now? Bro, come on. Like, speed reference there. Come on. Jon Jones is a bum, and he'll forever be a bum. Especially, I see Jon Jones changing his profile picture to, it was the duck before with the belt. Now it's a duck with an eye patch. Jon Jones, you are not allowed to talk shit. You really are not. You are the one who ducked. You are straight up the one who ducked, and you're trying to come back and fight Pereira. That makes no sense. And also Alex Pereira shaking his head at that fight like Tom Aspinall wouldn't knock him out too. Tom Aspinall would rock both of their shits in one night. He really would. I don't know why Alex Pereira's trying to talk and saying, oh, restore the heavyweight division again. He's a bum. Straight up. I don't care, man. Alex Pereira and Jon Jones, two bums. They could go fight in another promotion. Tom Aspinall runs both of them. Tom Aspinall would knock out Jon Jones in under a minute, and he would knock out Alex Pereira in under 2 minutes. Let's be honest. Let's just straight up be honest. Jon Jones is too slow. In Jon Jones' absolute prime, Tom Aspinall would knock him out badly. Jon Jones has never had a fair fight. He's never fought anyone in a fair fight. And the few times he did, he lost. Dominic Reyes, he straight up lost. He went to a split decision with Thiago Santos. He couldn't even finish Anthony Smith in 5 rounds. What a bad look. When Jon Jones left the 205 division, he is lucky he left when he did, because he would have got ran out the 205, knocked out, and dominated by a bunch of the 205ers coming up. Let's be honest, he lost to Dominic Reyes, basically. Jan Blachowicz would have beat his ass. Yuri Prohaska would have beat his ass. Glover in a rematch probably would have lost to Jon Jones. Yuri Prohaska coming up would have beat Jon Jones. Ankalaev would have beat Jon Jones. Jamal Hill and Jon Jones would have been a fun scrap. Jamal Hill might have even beat Jon Jones. Khalil Roundtree could beat Jon Jones. Let's be honest. Jon Jones is a bum. He fought a bunch of 185ers. He fought a bunch of guys smaller than him. Tom Aspinall would rock his shit. Tom Aspinall would rock Alex Pereira's shit. Guys, make sure to like, subscribe. Peace out. Jon Jones is a bum. Remember who he is, everyone. Remember who he is. We're going to see Tom Aspinall return in a good fight. And remember, styles make matchup, guys. Styles make matchups. Stylistically, this is a good stylistic matchup for Ciryl Gane. I'm still going to go with the same prediction. In their rematch, probably going to be booked in like December or January. I'm still going to go with the same prediction of Tom Aspinall knocking Ciryl Gane out. I believe Tom Aspinall is going to come back adjusted. I believe he's going to work on it, tweak a few things. He'll crack Ciryl Gane, and he'll take over the heavyweight division for years to come. Jon Jones needs to shut his mouth. He needs to act before he speaks, right? He needs to act before he talks shit. You're putting an eye patch on your profile picture like you didn't duck Tom Aspinall. If there's any person who thinks Tom Aspinall would lose to Jon Jones, you don't know what you're talking about straight up. There's nothing Jon Jones could do to Tom Aspinall. Absolutely nothing. Tom Aspinall would piece him up in under a minute. I've already said that a bunch of times. Jon Jones a bitch and Alex Pereira is a bitch. Guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment whatever you want to. And yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think about this situation. I'm very late to this, but I had to think about it, right? I didn't have to think about it. It's pretty common sense.